What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You're here with Guni and Younes is back again on Man Knows Football. I did tell you in the comments I was going to try and make you this part of the furniture in this channel, and secretly it's working. I gave away my plan, Younes. Sorry, too early, but
All right, I'm out. I'll see you later.
nah. The honestly, the comments and the DMs I get about our videos, they love it, mate, man. Everyone down there. So big up everyone that's obviously sent their thoughts on the channel. Everything's been positive, man. So big up yourself for coming on the show, 100%. Today, we will be obviously talking about the Chelsea Villa Carabao Cup. Obviously, nice new green layout for the tournament. The Energy Drink Cup, as some called this tournament. But Younes, how do you feel going into this game after another clean sheet against those boys up there in North London?
Yeah, man. Tale of two halves in that game, but we got the clean sheet. We got a top result. Your prediction came true. My deep-hearted prediction almost came true because I said 2-0, but I reckon it could be 4. We got a 3, so happy days. It was a top performance, man. Class. That second half was mind-blowing. So the confidence is high. And yeah, this is the Carabao Cup. Personally, I'm not too fussed about it.
Yeah, same.
But it will be nice to win. It's a tournament that you can win by February. So months before the season actually ends, which means you can actually end up focusing on everything else after that. So you can add it on if you can try and win it. But it's not the end of the world if we get knocked out of this at some point. Let's be honest. But I think we can go all the way with this one, even with our B team.
No, absolutely. I think so as well. And it's a tournament that we've got history in. We've won it 5 times. Yep. First time 64-65 season under Tommy Doherty. Second time 97-98 under Vialli. Big up Gianluca Vialli, legend. You get me, and Tommy as well. Although I wasn't alive to see him, but yeah. 04-05 Mourinho, 06-07 Mourinho, 14-15 Mourinho. So we have got a healthy history in this.
And we ain't won it since then, have we?
Yeah, we haven't. But the
closest
we got to was the final, obviously in 2019, Sarri's season. We lost on penalties, unfortunately. But
it's Kepa.
Yeah,
he's forgiven. He's forgiven.
Yeah, he's forgiven. He's done a lot since then. But obviously, we've got to keep one eye on the weekend as well. We've got a massive game against Manchester City coming up. So we can obviously expect to see some rotation. So just a few faces, I'm sure that have been... what am I talking about? I can't even get my... Listen, why is it every time I'm on camera with you, my sentences are just like... Blah, 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 blah. I just can't get them out. Okay, so what I was trying to ask you was, obviously, we're going to go with the rotation. So what faces would you like to see in the squad that haven't featured so far?
I mean, we don't have too much luxury with this one, I reckon, unfortunately, because it's Aston Villa. Man City get to play Wickham. So they have the luxury of playing kids if they want to. I don't think we can do that to an extent, but we still got to respect Aston Villa, to a certain level. They are a good side. So personally, it will be a good game for Kepa to have, but there is also the thing in mind that Bettinelli could play this one just in case, because Mendy might not feature on the weekend against City. So that's one area. Chilwell definitely gets minutes tomorrow, 100%. He plays 90, which is crazy to think like he's become the backup. It's mad. There's also, I think Chalobah has 90 to play tomorrow. That would be nice to see. Hudson-Odoi, I think, should play 90 tomorrow. In terms of midfield, it would be a good occasion to get everyone to rest. So you might even play Saul with Loftus-Cheek, perhaps, or I don't know. Do we bring Barkley back in? Does he actually play tomorrow? It could be done, but that's where I'm starting to think that's the limit, because Aston Villa are still Aston Villa. They're not Wickham. Do you know what I mean? With all due respect to Wickham. So there's that. Lukaku, for me, needs to rest. I think all the big shot players that we normally play need to rest up. So, yeah, there's opportunities there for players that don't normally get minutes to feature tomorrow. All over the place.
But Tommy had a press conference earlier. Thomas Tuchel, the best manager in the world. Yes, I don't want to hear any other names because I will point at a liar. If you tell me there's another manager better than Tommy T, you're lying, bro.
I was about to say there is another Tommy T, but that's Zerka's responsibility. So that's not football related.
So the Chelsea Thomas Tuchel, his press conference news today. Mendy, he's not been training. No. Obviously, I think it's to do that's obviously to do with the collision at Zenit St. Petersburg.
Yeah, he might have a little hip issue.
Yeah, but Tuchel did say he might be available against Manchester City, so it could just be a bit of precautions taken before the weekend. We never know. That brings me on to my next question, actually, before I continue on with what he said. Do you trust Kepa to deputize during this timeout Mendy's going to have, if he does have? And remember, in January, there's a high chance that Mendy's going to be going to the AFCON.
Oh, Mendy will be going to the AFCON. There's no two ways about it. Senegal, probably one of the best teams in Africa, so they'll definitely be going. I reckon Kepa is good enough, though. I'm happy with Kepa. Personally, I think that transition we've seen in Kepa and the fact that he's actually been playing really well. Now, unlike before, he's got a very solid defense in front of him that protects him. So, just like we saw against Spurs, Kepa was great. So, no worries at all. The only thing in our heads is shots from distance. That's an area that we're still not quite sure on, and that's something Tottenham didn't really do against us, so that's a good thing, but City might. But apart from that, I'm very confident.
Do you feel this shift in Kepa has been ever since Tuchel's come in? Because I've definitely noticed a difference because we've experienced petulancy with Kepa in terms of what happened with Sarri. We've seen some very shaky performances under Frank Lampard. But under Tuchel, to be honest, I think this is really the best patch that he's had. When he's been called upon, he's just done his job, especially with the penalties. Let's not forget what he did in the Super Cup as well. So fair play to Kepa. He looks like he's turning a new leaf. So long may that continue. Tuchel did have a few good things to say about the potential Timo and Romelu Lukaku partnership. Obviously, he's referring to the 25 minutes that Werner had against Spurs. So could that be a clue as to maybe seeing Lukaku and Werner start tomorrow? I agree with you that Lukaku needs a rest, but do you think he could be alluding to something there?
I think he's probably alluding beyond tomorrow. Okay. I'd be surprised if we get Werner Lukaku tomorrow against Villa with Man City on the weekend.
Yeah, it would have made no sense, would it?
Personally, I don't think that makes sense. Going forward, I mean, to be honest, it would be nice for Lukaku to have a week off. That way, when we play, or just training, but no matches. That way, when we play City, he's ready to go again. I'm back 100%. Fresh. Much like Werner as well. I know Werner's been resting. To be honest, Werner might actually play tomorrow. I reckon Werner could be the lone striker.
I think he will. I think there's a high chance he's going to start tomorrow.
Yeah. Or maybe him partnered up with someone. But this is the thing with Chelsea's striker situation at the moment. It's a little bit sticky because Giroud and Tammy are gone. So now we've got Lukaku and Werner, and then probably Havertz to deputize the both of them. So in a match like tomorrow, where you want to rest a Havertz, you want to rest a Lukaku, Werner might play, but that's about it. That's all we have. So I don't know if we look to the academy, maybe get someone on the bench. But I reckon Werner might play tomorrow. In terms of even the players behind him, I think Ziyech will probably play 90. Hudson-Odoi will play 90, probably in an attacking role. So, we'll see. Lukaku needs to rest.
Would be nice to see Callum Hudson-Odoi played in his favourite left-wing position. Hopefully we see that tomorrow. Another forgotten face that Thomas Tuchel did mention, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He had a lot of nice things to say about him. He praised his attitude in training. Said obviously he had his feature against Zenit St. Petersburg. It wasn't by accident, it was by merit. So it shows that Loftus-Cheek has got the right attitude and he's doing what he's supposed to do in training. The way Tuchel was talking about that, I'm pretty sure he's going to give him an opportunity to start this game. How would you feel about seeing him?
I would personally. I think it's the perfect occasion and the only occasion to try Loftus-Cheek. Because you're not going to play him in a Premier League game. right now. Let's face it.
Mhm.
The midfield options are so stacked, and I think even right now, even when we need to rest players, there's always someone that's available. And I think tomorrow is a chance to just let everyone have a day off, except the players that don't play. It would be good, personally, I think, to see a 3 in behind the striker of Hudson-Odoi on the left, Ziyech on the right, and Loftus-Cheek in behind. I
Yeah, that
reckon
could be
that
cool
could
as
be
well.
something. And then have the 2, whoever's going to play as a 2 in a double 6, maybe go to a back 4. If we stick with a back 3, then maybe just Loftus-Cheek is one of the 6s alongside the Saul, maybe. But it's definitely a good opportunity to have Loftus-Cheek play. He needs minutes. We need to see what level he's at. And tomorrow is the only and the perfect chance to do that. So, yeah, I'd play him.
I feel it for Loftus-Cheek because
me too.
Yeah, remember
Unlucky, man.
under Sarri, he looked brilliant. He looked like he was destined to just nail a place down in our first team, and then an injury and the nature of that injury, because Achilles heel injuries are very, very hard to heal from. That's one of the worst injuries you can have in football, and the nature in which we had it was so preventable. So
it was pointless.
Yeah, it was. So like I feel it for Loftus-Cheek. I do think that he is on his last legs and perhaps on the shop window in terms of his career with Chelsea, not himself physically. I still think he's got a lot to offer, but just I think we'll be seeing him going in the near future. Unfortunate for him. You did mention Saul. He could partner Loftus-Cheek in this because I can't see him starting Jorginho or Kante either. We don't want to risk them against Man City. So Saul looks like he could feature. Definitely has to step up his performances from his last cameo. Obviously, we chalked that down to him being new to the league and just trying to get used to stuff. So gave him a bit of blight for that one. But what do you think Saul needs to do differently this game to get us on side? Well, the fans that are not convinced anyway on side.
He just needs to adapt, man. It's as simple as that. He just needs to up the tempo. We know he's got the quality. We know he's got everything that he needs to succeed. We know that Tuchel likes him. We know there's a plan for him. We know that as a 4th option now in our midfield, he's perfect. But he just needs to get quicker. He just needs to be faster in his thinking. Not necessarily. I think he has the capabilities physically to be able to cope. I just think his mind isn't quite there because it's all new to him. So if he adapts, and Tuchel will be doing that with him in training, you best believe Tuchel is an intense manager in training. So when it comes to fixing those little preventable issues, he's going to be on it. He just needs to adapt to the speed of the game, of the English game. And tomorrow will be a good chance to see how he's developed because it's Aston Villa again. It's the exact same opponent as he did when he messed up the first time. Yeah. So it's perfect for him to come in and build some confidence on it if he's managed to adapt mentally to the speed of the English game. So if he does that, you'll see him flying. Trust me, you'll see him flying. And I'm confident he will get there. It's just a matter of when.
Tuchel was also asked about his tactics and obviously his changes at halftime, which is something that we've seen a couple times this season. And he was asked whether that was key to the success. And like the way he answered the question, I liked it because he was just like, really, it's relative. It's nothing that's ever planned before the game because you've got to adapt and you've got to just look at what your opponent's offering, the spaces in the game, if there are no spaces and the tactical choices the other managers make. So this man, I say that to say this is that this man is the epitome of a footballing brain. He's a genius. His brain ticks football. And you can tell like he's almost like compulsive, obsessive with like how he wants his things done. He's so meticulous in what he does. It's just testament to the guy. But he also did mention about Thiago Silva, waxing lyrical about him as well, just about like his approach to recovery, his diet, like his dedication to the game, like why he's putting in these performances, Younes. But yeah, I think we've got to have a few minutes to talk about Thiago Silva, particularly off the back of the performance he put in against Spurs, man. But I'm going to let you start on that.
You know what's mad with Thiago Silva, and I said it in my review, because I see there's a lot of people surprised, not necessarily Chelsea fans, but there's a lot of people on the outside surprised at how well he's doing. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because if for those that have been paying attention to Thiago Silva's lifestyle, you'll know he's just as obsessive as he is as based on his recovery and himself as Ronaldo is for himself.
Yeah.
And everyone knows about Ronaldo. Everyone knows Cristiano is, so focused on recovery, so focused on his training, so focused on his diet, his shape, his endurance, his intensity, everything. Even at his age, you'd think he's like 28. He's not. He's 36, and the same is for Thiago Silva. The man does it exactly the same, but he's just got less of a profile because he's not Cristiano Ronaldo. He hasn't got a brand. CR7 is a brand. You haven't got a TS6.
Yeah, he doesn't care about it. He doesn't care about it either.
Exactly. He's not about the image either. He hasn't capitalized on that. But at football, on a footballing level, he's the same. So when he's performing the way he is at 36, approaching 37 years old, I'm not surprised. Yes, maybe he can't play 2 games a week. Neither can Cristiano, I think. It's just how it is. It's just age. You can't beat age.
You can't beat further time, innit? You can't.
That's it. But on a once-a-week schedule, Thiago Silva is still one of the best defenders on the planet. And right now he's showing it, man. And he looks after himself. He's a family man. His lifestyle's clean. His training's fantastic. And he listens. He knows exactly what Tuchel wants. And it's paying. It's paying off. So shout out to Thiago Silva, man. Against Tottenham, he bossed it. Absolutely bossed it. And his experience is key. You see in moments where other defenders were caught sleeping, and he was there. And that's experience. That's something that comes with time. So shout out to Thiago Silva.
Yeah, man. And another thing with the Thiago Silva signing, we got 2 for the price of 1 because Bella Silva, as a Chelsea fan, is absolutely...
She's fantastic.
She is quality to watch.
She's amazing.
Yeah, so you definitely got to follow her on social media. She's the most supportive football wife I've ever seen. And she's also hilarious with it, man. So definitely you got to check that one out. But yeah, like just towards the last minutes of the interview, just going to talk briefly about Aston Villa. Obviously, this is a tournament that they will take very seriously because obviously the stature of their club, they're not going for Champions League, they're not going for Premier Leagues. These are the kind of cup competitions they like to perform well in. And their last result was an emphatic 3-0 against Everton. But the good news for us, and perhaps bad news for Aston Villa, is that Leon Bailey is looking doubtful for the game, and he was absolutely class against Everton. Yep. Is that a bit of a game changer for you, them not having Leon Bailey in the squad?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. 100%. But I'm also curious to see how Aston Villa are going to approach this one. Are they going to field a strong team, bearing in mind that they're playing Premier League football on the weekend as well? That's definitely a factor. Maybe you'd think with the schedule that they have, they would probably play a very strong team and just see it through. Unlike Chelsea, where we've had Champions League, Premier League, Premier League, Champions League. It's all every 3 days. Whereas Aston Villa, this is their only week of a game every 3 days. So they might just see it through. But it's a loss for them. 100%. It's a loss for them. We'll see how they feature in terms of the players that they field. But it's going to be interesting to see what I think might be one of their best teams in terms of who they're going to play. They're probably going to stick with like a McGinn. Mm-hmm. They're probably going to stick with all the players that they normally have on a Premier League weekend. Whereas with us, we're going to rotate heavy. So it's going to be interesting to see the levels of where we are in terms of the players that don't get minutes.
Yep.
Compared to an Aston Villa team who are a very good Premier League side. So it's a good test for us. And this is what I'm saying. I want to say this off the bat. There's a good chance here that we might not get a result.
Facts.
Let's just have it right, yeah? For these players that don't get minutes, they come in, they play against a top Aston Villa team. We might lose the game.
Facts.
Right? It's a possibility. But don't get carried away. That's what I want to say. At the end of the day, this competition is levels below what we actually are aiming for.
we got much bigger fish to fry, man. Ladies and gents.
Yeah, this isn't like 2 years ago where we'd actually take it. Like, no, we've moved on. So if we get a good result, fantastic. Having rested players, fantastic. If we somehow lose tomorrow, it's not the end of the world.
No, absolutely not. Predicted lineup?
This is tough. So
should I start with mine first?
Go with yours.
All right.
First, yeah.
So I've gone with Kepa in goal, obviously.
Okay.
Nah, do you know what? Nah, it's Villa. I've got to go with Kepa. I've got to go with because it's Villa. I'm going to go with Kepa. Obviously, Trevor's got a feature. Here's the thing, man.
Gets tough.
Yeah.
It's not like FIFA where you can just change all 11.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, stuff it. All rested.
I'm gonna have to go with Christensen.
Yeah.
I don't want to start Rudiger, but it's a toss-up between him and Thiago Silva, and unfortunately, age is on Rudiger's side. But I know he's played a bit more than Thiago Silva, but yeah, I'm gonna have to put Rudiger in there. And then the wing backs, obviously Ben Chilwell, Reece James. The pivot, I'm gonna try and go with Loftus-Cheek and Saul. I'm gonna try and see how that pivot will work. It's risky, but let's see. And then up front, I want to see Callum, Werner, and Hakim Ziyech.
Fair. This is the thing, like, it's tough when having to rotate because, as I've just said, like, you can't change all 11, but you want to because we've got City on the weekend.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one. And unlike before, young players that we'd normally go to in a fixture like this, we've all sold or either sent on loan now. So, like, Mark Gurhey would have been perfect for this fixture.
Yes, exactly. Would have been perfect. I mean?
But we've sold him to Crystal Palace, so he's not even here anymore. That's the dilemma. With me, it depends how Edouard Mendy is. Because if behind the scenes, Edouard Mendy is a serious doubt for City, I would play Bettinelli tomorrow.
Okay.
Just in case, because you never know. Like, if we play Kepa tomorrow and Mendy can't play the weekend and something happens to Kepa tomorrow,
yeah, we're fucked.
We've got to play Bettinelli and go against City.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're not taking them risks. Yeah, sensible. I agree with that. That's sensible.
The chances of that happening are very, very low. Yeah, but you never know. So yeah, it depends on how Mendy is. Logically, I'd go Kepa in goal. If something's really wrong with Mendy, I'd go Bettinelli. The back three, I don't know. This is tough. I'd go Christensen in the middle, Chalobah right centre back. I don't know what Malang Sarr's saying at the moment.
Is he even still at the club? I thought he was loaned.
I thought he was gone. He's still training, so he's stuck around.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow he plays. I don't know.
It's a good shout, to be honest with you. Very good shout.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he's even got a squad number. I think he's got a 31. So we'll see. To be honest, to give Rudiger that rest, I'd play Malang Sarr.
I would as well. I just forgot. Reason why I didn't mention him is because, again, I thought he was loaned out somewhere. We've just heard nothing about him at all.
Literally. It's like him, Loftus-Cheek, Barkley are the ones that have stuck around.
Yeah.
So, there's Malang Sarr, Christensen, Chalobah, I would go with. Left wing back, Ben Chilwell. He's got to play 90 tomorrow. Right wing back, I'd play Reece James because he didn't play against Spurs. So he'll be fresh for tomorrow. He'll be fresh for City.
Yeah.
So Reece James, right wing back. In midfield, I would go... I reckon Saul and Loftus-Cheek are probably the two best options. So Saul, Loftus-Cheek. The three up top, Hudson-Odoi on the left, Ziyech on the right, in behind, probably Timo Werner up front. And what I do want to say, as an additional point, I don't know what's happening with Charlie Musonda, but keep an eye on him.
There was an interesting post, right?
There was, isn't it? Yeah. So I don't know if that announcement is going to be him leaving the club, or is that announcement going to be, Chelsea have welcomed him back into the first team squad. I don't know.
I'd love that. What a story that would be if he came back into the fold. It would, man, because he has worked. He's been so unlucky with injuries. He's worked really hard and he deserves it, man. Yeah. But before we go, quick score prediction.
I'm gonna be sensible with this one. I'm gonna go. I'll go. I want to keep a clean sheet. I don't know if we will. Considering we've rotated so heavy. I'd go 2-1 Chelsea. Sensible.
I'm going to say 2-2 and we beat them on penalties.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. If we rotate super, I think if we rotate super heavy, we're going to, I'm going to think we're going to win on penalties, to be honest. 2-2.
Kepa saved the day again.
Yep.
Lovely.
Yep. Just add more to his market value as well. Yes. So there's a method to my madness, Chelsea fans.
Maybe we might get 70 million back.
Yeah. No, definitely. But no, Younes, man, thank you very much for joining us again. We're very lucky to have you back here on the channel. Much appreciated. And to everybody who is watching, please make sure you do leave your thoughts down there in the comment and do like, share, and subscribe, all of that good stuff. And as always, Younes's details will all be down there. All of your socials will be down there, clickable links. So give the brother a follow if you haven't already. And Younes, thank you very much for joining us. Everybody for watching, wherever you are, what you're doing, whatever time it is in the day, be safe. Bless.